Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stefan's Basement, where today we're going to be doing box number 2 of the case of um, the beautiful Part the Mistvale set. So let's get right into it, and as we're doing that, I just want to thank Negative Zone Comics, partner of the channel, for uh, being a partner of the channel, I should say. You can check on the link in the description. All these cards are headed their way, and you can get them there. And while you're there, you can get all your card game, accessory, war game needs. It'll all be there. As we get into this video, one thing I wanted to talk about was consistency and the lack thereof. Because, I, as many other people, can often struggle with that stuff. And I've noticed, even past the work ethic stuff, like the work ethic portion of being consistent, and like the amount that you can accomplish. I've noticed that personally in my life, the happiest times, I should say, have been when I have been the most consistent and when I have been the most, I don't want to say hardworking, because, that implies kind of a level of grinding that I don't want to say, but, even just being consistent in the sense of, just waking up at a certain time and having your routine, and I don't know, even something simple as making the bed. Consistency, I find, is especially, we got the adult hero there, I didn't even notice that, is something that I find is conducive to healthy life. And every time I fall off and start slacking and not really caring about things as much and not doing as much, that's when I find myself slipping into you know worse states, so to say. And I feel not only not as productive, but not good about myself. And things aren't getting done. And yeah, I don't know, it's a vicious cycle. And then when you feel bad about yourself and you feel like things aren't getting done, then you become less productive. And as you become less productive, you feel worse. And it's just a vicious cycle that honestly you could avoid right at the start. And don't get me wrong, especially when you're in the depths of that and just laying in bed and don't want to do anything, I completely understand the appeal of it and how difficult it is to break yourself out of that cycle. But sometimes all it takes is just the slightest push, and you can do it. And I know you can, because if I was able to do it, and even if I'm struggling with it now, so to say, I know anybody can, because there's nothing special about me. And in fact, I'd really argue I'm an incredibly average guy. That's the most I can say there. And I don't, ooh, the lovely bubble. And I honestly, I don't think I'm anything special. And it's kind of funny too, thinking about it, because this is a little bit of a tangent on the topic that I wanted to talk about. But growing up, I mentioned in another video, everybody always said I was like, oh, that's a lovely foil shuttle rum horror there. That's beautiful. That's every Levia player wants that these days, so it's a cool one to get. Growing up, I was always like the smart kid, and I was always the good kid and the well-behaved kid and all that stuff. And I was the youngest on both families too, so I always got like so much praise about that stuff. And my cousins and siblings, were annoyed by it, so to say. But honestly, I never felt like I did anything special there, and I never thought like I was much different from anybody in that sense. And so I always thought it was interesting that what people see in you and those labels they attach to you, and how difficult it is to change those, whether they're positive or negative. It's once a label comes to you, it's hard to change. And so that label, if you get labeled with you're lazy, or you're not intelligent, or you're not capable of doing something, a lot of people just write you off right away, and that's not good. Like, well, yeah, obviously, but not it's difficult to work yourself out of that, and it just puts those barriers up. And a lot of the times it is completely up to you afterwards to find that strength inside of you to push through it and to change those habits. And to some people, you're never going to change those labels, and you honestly have to accept that. you know some people are just always going to see you in a certain way, and this applies to me as well. I'm pushing 30, and a lot of my, especially my aunts, oh my lord, they treat me like I'm a, like a straight up child. We got another common cold foil there, the truths refold. But and I'm not saying cut them out or anything, but it is important that you understand yourself, what you're capable of, and push past what other people limit you to. And I think that's really important. You know, work on yourself, and work on your own self-worth first, and the approval of others will come. Don't work on the approval of others first. That's the last thing you should be worrying about. I understand there's like situations, I'm in that situation now where you need the approval of your boss and stuff like that, and honestly, it's not worth it in life to do that stuff and to chase those desires, so to say. It's all life's too short to let other people control your own self-worth and take that out of your hands. So that's my spiel about that. Like, do what you will with it. Just hope that you can better yourself in whatever way you can, and that would be that would that would be the best thing that you can do for yourself. And I'd be very happy to hear if a little short, 10-minute or 7-minute, looking at the time right here, talk helped in any way. As we close, let's see if we can get one more M or something special here. Oh, nice. Another Gorgon's Gaze, another foil M. Asking you shall receive, I suppose. But yeah, this looks, roughly speaking, like the correct amount of M's you're supposed to get in a box. I don't think this was the strongest box, to be honest, but that Shadow Realm Horror is very cool. So I'm happy to get that. Just as we close, I want to thank everybody for watching again, and I want to thank Negative Zone Comics, partner of the channel. These cards will all be heading their way, and you can check them out in the link in the description below. Have a good one, guys.